Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to show you guys how I navigate through my broker. So my broker is Comsec. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I buy and sell stocks on there. So I've had a few people that have asked me to show them how I do it. So I'm just hoping that this video will be relevant to a lot of people. So most of this information is quite similar anyway, in terms of the information about stocks and stuff like that. So every broker would have the same information, but obviously what will differ is where they have it. That's what's gonna differ. So hopefully this video can be of use if you're not with Comsec, or can be of use if you are gonna sign up with a different broker. Anyways, so just to get started, once you put your Comsec, so what I've done is I've logged in Comsec. I've already put my details in, so I'm logged in my actual account. So when you log in, it goes straight to the homepage. But obviously, I'm not gonna go to my homepage because it's got my sensitive information there. It's got my account numbers, it's got my share portfolio numbers, it's got a lot of things that are very quite my names and stuff like that are very quite sensitive. So I haven't learned how to censor information on the screen yet, so I can't go on my homepage or my portfolio. But once I learned, because I wanted to do a quick video, I didn't have a chance to obviously look it up. But once I learned that, I'll probably do a whole entire video showing you everything. But for now, you won't need your homepage or your portfolio anyways to buy or sell stocks. I can show you how to do it with the other tabs. So pretty much your homepage has all the information about you, and the portfolio has got all the information about the stocks that you bought, obviously your account numbers and stuff like that. So I'll go, the next tab is watch list. So your watch list is quite very important, at least for me. So watch list, they kind of like folders that you create to actually store stocks that you are interested to buy in the future. So I use them quite a lot. So I can be, probably I can be on the train. A good example that I can give you is I'm on the train on my way from work, and I'm just browsing through Facebook, and obviously one of the news page reports that ABC company, it's going to go 100% digital in the next 3 years. And then I look up ABC company, and I'm like, this company is quite interesting. So I read about it, and I'll be like, look, if they go 100% digital, that means that they're cutting off or cutting out human labor. That's an ongoing expense, so these might actually boost their profit up in the profit up. And then obviously if the profit goes up, the share value goes up, and I might actually make some money out of it. So I do that quick summary in my head, or after reading a few reports, obviously, and then I would add that stock on my watch list. And yeah, so you pretty much just add all the stocks that you are interested, or you want to study later, and kind of evaluate and see if it's a good buy or not. So not all the stocks that you put in your watch list you will buy. Some you just put them in there and then watch them and see how they perform, and some of them you might actually end up deleting them. But anyhow, so the way you create it, you can create as many watch lists as you want, and you don't have to name them watch list 1, watch list 2. I'm just lazy. So I've got 3 watch lists. So I created this watch list 2020 in 2019 because these were shares, the stocks that I was looking to buy in the new year in 2020. So I've got watch list 1 as well, that I just put my shares, stocks that I was interested in, and then also watch list 2. So you can literally be creative, more creative than I am, and when you create your watch list, you can name it whatever you want to name it. So for example, how to create a watch list, so you just go on add watch list. That's it, guys. It's just one click button, and that's it. So they've added watch list 3. That's what's called. So it kind of give you a default name. Obviously, it just goes watch list 1, watch list 2, watch list 3. So you can edit it and say tech shares to buy. So you could just choose to put all your text your tech shares in there. So you save that, and then it appears here. So that's your tech shares to buy. And if you want to add like a tech, and then you can add whatever you want to add. So a yeah. So you could add JB Hi-Fi. JB Hi-Fi, and then say add, and then you've got your JB Hi-Fi. For those who don't know, JB Hi-Fi sells like all this, it's a store that sells computers and all that, stuff. But anyways, yeah. So you edit on there, and then that's your JB Hi-Fi edit in your watch list. So pretty much that's what it is. So it's just a folder of stocks that you'd like to buy in the future, or stocks that you'd like to study more and understand more and see if it's actually gonna be a good buy. So you could actually sometimes you realize that I don't like this stock, you know, or you could just delete it. So anyways, so that's what a watch list is. So after that so there's a lot of watch lists that you can create. You can create as many as you want, and you can be as creative as you want to be, naming this watch list so it's obvious when you go back to them. But anyhow, so I'll show you guys with one of my stocks. So in your watch list, when you click on one of the stock, I'm gonna click on A2 Milk because that's probably one of my favorite stock. Although I haven't owned one of them, I'm trying to wait. I'm waiting for it to go back to $10 or $11 to buy. But yeah, trying to be ambitious. Anywho's, but yeah, I actually have okay, never mind. Anyway, so after clicking to the A2 Milk stock, so most of stockbrokers would have information like this. The information that comes on the screen is pretty much standard. So you'd have all brokers with the same information. So I'll just go quickly through the what this means. So the last price that this stock traded for was $16.92. So on so when it says today's change is the day that the last day that the market was open. So because it's Easter, the market last traded on Thursday. So the market doesn't trade on weekends or public holidays. So you'd see that the last traded day was the 9th, and today is the 10th. Sorry, not to the 10th. Today is the 11th. So it didn't trade on Friday because it was Good Friday. So when it says today's change is Thursday's change, right? So it went up. The stock went up 0.59%. So the bid price is the price that buyers are willing, the highest price that buyers are willing to buy the stock for. So I think it should say here, highest price investors are willing to buy security for. And offer is the lowest price sellers are willing to sell the price for. And yep, so you'd have buyers because buyers want to buy low. The highest offer that they're going to offer you is always going to be lower than the market price. And because sellers want to sell high, remember you buy low, you sell high. Sellers want to sell high, so you'd always find that the price that the lowest price that they want is higher than the market price. So here it tells us that buyers are willing to pay
$16.88.
only 14,000. They want 14,000. That's the volume. That's the number of stocks that they want. So they want to pay this price for this amount of stocks, and sellers who are selling, who are willing to get this price, altogether these stocks are 1,577. This is what it means. So the volume that was traded for that day, Thursday, they traded 3.2 million. Okay, you can read the number, but it's 3,278,665 stocks. So I'm just gonna say 3.2, right? So they traded 3.2 million stocks on Thursday on that day. That's what the volume is. And that was 13,000 order for that day. And altogether they traded a volume of the value of $55 million. So that'll probably be the volume times the price. So you can look at the average price. It's probably, I don't know, whatever price, because they trade them at different prices. So whatever the volume for the day times, the average price, you probably get close to this number, $55 million. That's how liquid this stock is. So this is good because it kind of gives you an idea on how liquid this stock is. So if they're trading $55 million every day, not every day, but on Thursday on a particular day, that shows you that this is pretty liquid, which is good. So open price is the price that that day the price opened by. So price of the first opening trade, for the day. So when the market open each day, it doesn't have a new price, but it has a carry on price on the last price. Sometimes there might be a glitch where something really happens and then the opening price might be different, might be lower or higher. It's quite rare, but it does happen sometimes. So the open price for that Thursday was $16. So the price opened at $16.97. The highest price that it went to was $17.23 for that day, and it went as low as 16.62. And the previous low, so you can see that the previous close on Wednesday night, it closed at $16.82. But then it opened at $16.97. Can you see there's a variance there? It didn't open with the price that it closed at the previous day. So this happens in stock market. I'm not quite sure why. Haven't figured that out yet. But anyways, also it gives you the last day that it traded for. So it traded on 9 April. Which is a Thursday, obviously, because Friday was a Good Friday. Today is the Saturday, so the market doesn't work. But anyway, so 52-week high. So for the last 52 weeks, the highest that it has hit is $17.42. For the last 52 weeks, the lowest that is hit is $11.28. So this is quite good if you want to put a limit order, because remember, the limit order is when you specify a price you want to buy or sell the stock for. So like, let's say you want to buy, so let's say you want to sell, and you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna sell at $16.92. I want to sell a little bit higher than that. You could say, oh, maybe it might go back to $17.42. So you might just, this kind of helps you to put your limit order price, and you'd be like, it might go back to $17.42. Let's just put a $17.42 order. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the best thing about limit order as well. You've got nothing to lose. You're just gonna try and see if you can sell it at that high price. And you can also put a limit order for like $11.28. Like, okay, it has reached $11.28 once. It might do it again. So why don't I just try and buy it low at $11.28? It's just you trying your luck. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But anyway, so these are kind of good when trying to look at what kind of limit price you can put on. And also the lowest low or the highest high, you can use that to guide you when you're putting your limit orders. Anyway, so you've got these tabs. You've got summary, announcement, charts, dividends, recommendation, and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna go quickly on these tabs, because these are quite important when you're making an order. So summary. So summary kind of gives you, it's got the buyers and then the sellers. So the buyers, you got the number of buyers that are willing to buy the stock, the volume that they're looking for, and the price that they're willing to pay it for. And then for the seller side, you've got the price that they're willing to sell their stocks for, the volume that they want to sell, and the number of sellers. So pretty much what you're looking at here, it says there's one person wanting to buy 14,000 stocks at $16.88. and there's four buyers wanting to buy 225 stocks at $16.60. And here this says that there is two sellers selling 1,577 stocks for $16.95. So you might be wondering why there's two and then there's one, then there's three sellers. Okay, so it just means that if I go on this market, let's say I want to buy stocks, I want to buy this stock for $16.50, right? And then there's already another person who's already placed an order to buy this stock for $16.50. Let's say I only just want to buy 10, and the other person placed an order to buy 100 stocks at the same price that I've requested. So we become two because with this we're within the same um price. We're requesting the same price, right? So it becomes two people wanting to buy 110 stocks at $16.50. So when a seller comes who wants to sell it for $16.50, the guy that put his order first is gonna get executed. And if there's any shares left that that fits my order, then my order will get executed. That's the thing with limit orders. There's someone who's ahead of you, so they will execute his orders first before they execute mine, if that makes sense. So that's why you have two people here wanting to buy 171 because they've requested they want to wanting to sell, sorry, because they want to sell it at the same price, so they clustered together. Anyway, so this is what it is. So pretty much why this is useful is because it shows you the liquidity. Again, it shows you the liquidity of the company. So the law of supply and demand here, look, it says they've got 511 buyers wanting to buy 500,000 units. And here you got 200 sellers selling 342,000 units. So what does this tell you, demand and supply? So it says that there's a high demand, there's a low supply. Because so that means that a lot of people want to buy their stocks pretty much, and then which is good. Like if there's a lot of people wanting to buy, there must be something good about about the stock or the company. But then if I look at these numbers and there's high number of people wanting to sell and not many people wanting to buy, then I'll be like, what's wrong with this company? There's a lot of people wanting to get to, be disassociated with the company. So there must be something, going on, and no one wants to buy, or a few people want to buy. Then you put a question mark, and then you go and do your research and find out why. So that's pretty much what it is. So it kind of gives you demand, an idea of the demand of the stock and the liquidity here the liquidity of the stock. So announcement here they put announcement of the actual company like A2 Milk. Any news on the like anything about A2 Milk, you'll be hearing the announcement. Obviously, you don't rely on Comsec to tell you about what's going on with the stock. You do your own research, but this could be a good what do you call it, if you see something here, then you can read whatever it says and go and do further research somewhere else. Independent sources. I'm all for independent sources. I wouldn't rely on the information that they give me. Like you have to trust them, but of course I just have to look somewhere else as well. Anyways, charts, this is probably the most useful if you are going to use technical analysis to decide the stock valuation. So I do this a lot. So this is where the real deal is for people who are using technical analysis. So the charts, you can choose to look at the charts for the day. You can choose to do for the last 5 days. You can choose to do it for whatever. Usually people do the marks to obviously see the overall trend of this stock, and you'd be like, okay, stock has been doing pretty well, and then you then go, okay, let's see how it's gone for the last 1 year, and then you look at it and then you analyze and you look at these downs, you'd be like, okay, why did it go this low? So you look at that date and you go and do your research and find out why the stock went so down. And so see how this is slope, like the slope is really, it's a sharp slope. So you need to find out what happened here. So you go and you go and research and see what happened here. And obviously You do that so that when you buy this stock and something is about to happen, you're quite familiar with why the stock goes down. Then you'll be aware next time in the future when it happens. You know that you get ready to lose a little bit of money, and then obviously um wait for it to continue. But anyway, so you can also change. So I am not a fan of line graphs. So what happens is I always candlesticks, because I'm a forex trader as well. I'm used to candlesticks patterns because it's easier for me because I already know, I'm familiar with candlesticks, and I already know what each candlestick mean. So like for me, I use this to do my analysis. There's some people who don't like that because you know some people like line graphs, some people like bar graphs, some people like you just pick whatever whatever floats your boat. So yeah, so you do different time frame. You can do it monthly, weekly, and you can use indicators. I'm not an indicator fan. I don't use indicators, but hey, I don't know why does it go up when using indicators. So you can use momentum to show you the momentum of the trend. You can use all these indicators. Um, but I don't use indicators. I do my own analysis. So if you use them, that's where they are. And comparisons, I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so then, this is literally with me. I use my own analysis. So I look at the charts, and then I've got the ways I analyze charts. I don't use indicators at all. Anywho, so this is the most important part. If again, I say that if you're gonna use technical analysis, this is where you find information about dividends and the last they paid the dividend and stuff like that. Obviously, they don't have any information about dividends. I don't know if it's a dividend earning stock. I have never owned A2 Milk. I'm looking to do that in the future when price goes down. But yeah, I'm not sure if they obviously don't because they don't have information here. Recommendation, I don't know what that is. I never use this tab, but pretty much um focus on trends. Okay, so this is where you find all the information about your earning per ratio, sales, cash flow, how they're doing on the cash flow. So this is for people who do fundamental analysis. If you do fundamental analysis, this is where you get all your information from, the trade history. This is where this is so this information is quite important for trade history. For people who do their own analysis, you can download a CVS file and upload the data into R or Python and do your own analysis if you're data analyst or data scientist, and do your own have your own methods or models that you do to analyze the stock. So I do this quite a lot. Actually, I had to do this for my thesis when I did my master's. Um, Download all the historical data of the stocks that I was analyzing. Yeah, so I do use this a lot. If you want historical data for this is where you download it for. This is quite good actually. Literally, I really love this. I think this one's got a limit, but I took my data, I sourced my data for the stocks that I was analyzing from Yahoo Finance because it goes back to about 10 years, which is great. But yeah, so if you want to do your own analysis, in Python or R or even Excel, some people do it in Excel. This is where you get your data from. Your financials. So this is for fundamental analysis. If you want information about the company, so the company history, any pay ratio, return on equity, your income statement. This again, you can get the information here. The balance sheet, performance and risk. And you get all this information here, or you can get it from the company's website. Quite important information for fundamental analysis approach if you want to use that approach. So this is pretty much where you do your stock valuation. So this is where you get all the information you want to do your stock valuation analysis before you buy or sell. So once you've done all your stock analysis, your stock valuation analysis, and you're like, okay, this is a good stock and I'm ready to buy it, you then click buy, and then here it's got your account number, which I have to censor that. And then the order type is obviously gonna buy. You want to buy A2 milk. It have the full name of the company here, and on here on the quote, it's got the code, it's got the bid price. So this is again the highest price buyers willing to pay, lowest price sellers are willing to offer that for, and this is the market price currently going on for it. So in here you can choose the quantity. Let's say you want to buy, you know that you want to buy 100 stocks. This is when you specify 100 stocks. So you type in 100 stocks, and then you specify whether you want to buy it on a limit order or you want to buy a market order. So I explained what a limit order is and a market order is in my previous video. So if you haven't watched that, please do go and watch that. So limit order is when you specify the price that you want to buy it for. So here it gives you an overview of the prices. So you'll be like, okay, so because I'm buying, you want to buy low, and then the person, so you'd be like, oh, so buyers, the highest price that buyers willing to pay is $16.88. So you'd be like, okay, how about you give me at $16, you know? And then so you can say, okay, good for the day, if you just want to, see if it goes down to that low for that day, or it can just go for whatever date you want to, specify for. But oh, good, until this is the maximum that you can do actually, until 12th. If it doesn't hit that price by the 12th, then they don't sell it. It just expires. So Chase sponsored, it just means that this stock is with a broker. So it's always Chase sponsored if you're with a broker. So you go and proceed. That's pretty much it, guys. So you specify the code, you specify the quantity and the price, and then proceed. So that gives you a summary of, your order. So it tells you that you're gonna buy 100 stocks, A2 milk at $16, order value which is $1,600, and the brokerage fee which is $20. So anything more than $1,000, you pay $20 brokerage fee for CommSec. Under $1,000, you pay $10. So that's $20 altogether plus GST, obviously. So this is the total amount you're gonna pay. You submit your order when you're ready. So I'm gonna click change because I'm not ready to buy. Or you can just say, okay, can you sell, 100 of my 5G stocks, and then you can say, oh, I want to sell them for. If you look here, you'd be like, sellers are selling for 0.895. I'm gonna sell it for $1 each, 100, and then you just proceed, and then you just submit your order. So your brokerage fee will always come up with $10 here. So literally that's how you put on order. So if you want to buy a stock that's not in your watch list, what you can do is you can go on place orders, and then you can click buy, and then you click NAB. NAB. So you go on shares, you go and search, and that's NAB, and then you go on quantity. You be like, I want to buy 100 shares. I want to buy limit order. So here it gives you a quote. So you want to buy it low. So you'd be like, I want to buy at $15 because it's limit price. Or you can put market order if you're willing to pay $16.08. And then you just go proceed. It gives you a summary of your order, and then you can submit it. So that's pretty much what it is. How you buy it. So you've got community here. So community is just where some investors are. So you can sign up to be part of the community. So like investors just post they post whatever they, and stuff, random stuff about shares and investing and stuff like that. So you can just join and meet other traders, other investors as well. I'm not part of it. And there's products here. So if you want to find more information about ETFs and learn all this stuff, and you're just curious, this is where you find all the information. And settings, I've never used that. I don't know. I changed any settings, and help, obviously, when you need help with stuff. So pretty much overall, this is what it is. So it's quite easy actually. But yeah, so this is all you would need to know.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've made it this far, well done, and I hope you do find a broker that suits you best. And I hope that the information that you've watched today was useful. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.